So I made a video a couple days ago and I just came on to do the Cliff Notes version of that really quick because there was a lot of distraction that happened in the background with dogs playing, and not everybody loves to have distractions. They're watching a video, they will click off. So let me see if I can just give you the bullet points, and for those of you that that's all you wanted to come for, then you'll have that. And for those who want to see me deal with dogs throughout the video that I was trying to talk through, fantastic. You'll be able to watch that after this. So, what I really just wanted to focus on is the little bit of cringe that I have when I think about using the word healing, or me considering myself as a healer, and that others may also have that sort of reaction. For me personally, I feel that the different aspects of our body, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, that they innately know how to heal themselves given the time, space, witnessing, whether that is a quick thing or whether it takes years or lifetimes, that's what they do naturally. Like, there's an innate knowledge or ability built in to these bodies of ours. And me, as a person that works with energy through the Akashic records, I really work as a witness to bring whatever that space knows that we're needing in the moment. And what came through for me was really that I work to balance energies within those different bodies. And it doesn't matter if I'm working with people or the land or anything else where I'm having these energetic conversations with whatever it is that I'm working with. The innate intelligence comes through, and the energetic systems that are the basis of all of these different bodies can rebalance themselves. I also want to mention that there was a part towards the end of the video where I got the message of, we don't need to take life so seriously. Or that's some guidance for us. And mentally, my mind was like, I don't know that I want to bring that through, or maybe I don't want to bring it through in that way. And I did, and I talked about it, and I had the Akashic Guides, explain a little better what they were referring to, and or to give an example. And within 24 hours after making that video, I heard from three different completely unrelated things that I was watching or listening to that exact same phrase, that we need to take life a little less seriously. And it was just the universe reiterating, like, no, that's what we meant. That's what the Akashic Guides were saying, and you were not getting the wrong message. And so at least that's the way that I took it. And it's not a phrase that I hear every day, and to hear it at least three times, maybe there was maybe even a fourth time in 24 hours, after kind of doing a little ego check on, is that what you really want to say? Are you sure? Like, yeah, we're sure, thanks. Thanks for talking about it. yeah, I think that that's it. So, yeah, I choose energy balancing or changing energy from one state to another, otherwise, sort of known as alchemy, which a lot of people don't understand. So, I don't always like to use that term either. But an energy balancer, I think I can get behind that. I help with balancing energies. Fantastic. So, if you're looking for a term to use for the work that you do or what you're experiencing, and you don't really enjoy using the word healing or healer, maybe that will work for you too. All right, I will turn it over to my past self so they can do a much longer conversation on this with dogs. All right, thanks. Bye. Hi, friends. I want to talk for a few minutes about the word healing. I saw Matthias DeStefano talking in a quick video yesterday about how they never say the word healing. And I really relate to that sentiment. I personally have always had a problem saying that I am a healer, or even when other people say that they're healers, being a little confused as to what that means or what that entails. And so I went and I sat out on the porch and I opened my Akashic records and I asked the records, what word really resonates better with me? Because I used it in my last video, something about land healing, and that's kind of what I say. Like, sometimes I connect to the land and I offer land healings, and I kind of say it because that's the phrase that I learned and what other people have used. But even that doesn't really resonate for me personally. Hi, buddies. So we're gonna have a little visitor here. Oh, he's going on. Okay. So when I asked the records, no, we're not gonna play right now. No, we're doing a little video. See, look right there. There's a video. Oh, look. Why don't you two play amongst yourselves? Yeah, you look. You and Maddie can play. Yeah, look. You and Maddie can play. Oh, there we go. That would be fun. Two doggies playing together. Oh yeah, that's way more fun. No. Can you just sit down? Can you just hang out and sit down? Do you want to just hang out and sit down for a minute? Okay. So when I asked what really felt better for me and my energy, I was shown the outline of this little graphic of a person who is a whole person, and then for whatever reason they lose part of their leg. So an amputee little graphic is what they showed to me. And what, can you just chill for just a minute? What they were emphasizing is that there was nothing about this person other than the physical wound that needed to heal. So a person that loses something, either a part of themselves or their home or job or a relative, family member, it feels like it's been written in the language that somehow we need to heal from that. And what my guides were sort of telling me is, instead of looking at it as needing to heal, to look at it as just like that person who lost a limb. They lost their equilibrium. They need to find another point of balance. So really, for me to say that, like when I work energetically with people through the Akashic records or through energetic conversations with the land, what I'm offering is space for the energy to rebalance itself. Because really, I personally have no idea what needs to be done. I am just holding space and offering my own attention and awareness and energy to let happen whatever needs to happen. Tie-dye. Down. Down. Leave it. Okay. Okay. Nope. Okay. We may get through this, we may not. By the way, this is Tie-dye, my uncle's dog. And it's not quite the fun hippie tie-dye clothing, but he's named after a person, but it's still cute, I think. And he's very attention needy. Yes, you are. He's also very young. So looking from the perspective of when anything happens in our life to throw us off balance, it's not necessarily that we need to heal from it. It's that we need to find a new point of stability or multiple points and regain our equilibrium from a new perspective or a new point. Oh, Daddy, look, I got a little itchy ear. Yep. Okay. Sorry, you know, you try to be serious, you try to like speak from your heart, and the dog just comes in and says, hey, play with me. Let's not be serious. We don't want to be serious. We don't like it. We don't like it. All life is about playing and having fun. It's about playing and having fun. And actually, that's what my Akashic Guides tell me all the time, to play and have more fun. So they're stopping me from making a serious video, so whatever, it's all good. The universe. I don't know where I was at. What am I talking about? Yeah, so I'm saying this to put it out there that for others that may not resonate with the word healing or healer, I really like the idea of rebalancing, gaining different perspective, finding new points of equilibrium. I guess Tie-dye likes that too. Tie-dye, get down off the bed. Down. Get down. We'll see how good this microphone is for drowning out dog growling. Hi, babies. I know. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, there's Maddie making a little appearance too. Okay, now it's been 10 minutes. So, I think I want to say from now on, that's my intention, to use a different vocabulary for what we often are talking about as needing to be healed. And another point that I was going to make is that oftentimes when we have that perspective of needing to be healed, we are really in a place of not feeling whole, of feeling incomplete in some way. And that's another thing that the guide showed me with the little figure of the person that had lost a limb, that there was nothing inherently unwhole about that person. They were still a complete person, especially energetically. It was just something in their physical reality that had been removed or altered. And it reminds me of when I had been doing EMDR for a while, and I heard someone talking on the radio about how when they had been going through some counseling and some, shadow work and deep therapy type stuff, that they had found all these parts of themselves that had felt compartmentalized, and that they had finally started feeling whole again. And that was exactly my experience through EMDR, of recognizing different aspects of my personality and behavior that I had kind of ignored or pushed aside, or did not realize that those aspects of me were creating my reality and creating a whole personality around sort of old beliefs or false beliefs. And I felt, without knowing it, I felt incomplete. But just shining light on those parts of myself that maybe I didn't even like that much it helped me accept them and feel much more complete. Made me feel like a whole person that I had always been. I don't know if you guys can see that, if you can hear it, but here's what's happening. At least they're playing amongst themselves. Oh, dogs. I have completely lost track of where I was going with this. Let me just ask. My Akashic records are open. I just want to ask if there's anything else they would like to add to close this out in any sort of way that brings coherence to what I was trying to say. The message that I'm getting, and I'm watching the dogs play, is just like, we take ourselves too seriously. And what they're wanting to elaborate on that, because my mind goes, yes, but there are things in our life that are really super painful. And those feel very serious and have real consequences in our lives. They're saying we come into these situations and feel like this is it, like this is how life's going to be from now on. And do not give ourselves the elasticity is the word that I'm getting. The ability to imagine ourselves and our lives changing and expanding beyond whatever we're going through in the moment. There's also this this sense, dog butt, yeah, right in my face. That's normal. The sense that we hyper-focus on loss as well. That I was getting that it keeps us stuck. It keeps us, when we're hyper-focusing, or we keep going back to what we've lost, it keeps us in that state of imbalance, in that state of looking for support in a structure that no longer exists, and not understanding that there may be other structures of support we already have that we can lean on to rebalance ourselves, or even rebuild. Figuring out how to rebuild new structures to support ourselves, to regain our balance. we just keep, now they're showing me like a kind of like a surfer shack, a lifeguard shack, and one of the corner supports gets washed away, and we're standing there looking at this corner support, just devastated by not having this corner support. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And not looking around on the beach and seeing that there's so much wood that has also gotten swept away and washed around on the beach that we could so easily build a new support with. But we're so focused on just looking and concentrating on the support beam that got washed away. You can't see what else is around us. And then as we stand there just looking at this empty space, it's like the waves come and wash over us, and with our feet being stuck in the sand where they are, like the sand washes over and just keeps like pulling us deeper and deeper, burying us in the sand, so we feel more and more stuck. And it's harder to, once we do finally realize that we're in a very stuck spot, or that we're very stuck, that it's harder to dig ourselves out to get to that wood on the beach that we've just looked around and saw and said, oh hey, look, I can build another support. Wow, okay, that's a pretty cool metaphor. And obviously a metaphor is a whole lot easier said than what happens in real life, than what happens in our human reality. So what is your guidance to make it easier to stop looking at that missing support, to not look so long that we feel like we're stuck and it's so much harder to dig ourselves out? I'm getting like there needs to be a resurgence is the word that I'm getting, but a return of these practices and ceremonies where we spend time to say goodbye to what is gone and missing, and like really do it in an intentional way so that we can let it go. We can give it the space that it needs, and then the intentionality it needs to say goodbye, I miss you. And that in itself, I feel like when that happens, it gives us such a sense of peace to be able to do that properly, is what I'm getting, with the proper respect and with the proper time and space that it needs. I just feel like that invites this sense of peacefulness and letting go of that hyperfixation on what was lost. In some ways I'm getting that like it's actually a way that we support ourselves when we do this, when we are in this space of reverence and ceremony and intentionally saying goodbye to something that we lose. It also helps close out that energy from our life. Okay, is there anything else that I can say to close up this really erratic message? Anything else? I just feel this wave of peace coming from me going out towards you, especially if you are in a place that you feel like you need healing, or you don't feel whole, or you feel a great loss and are feeling this imbalance in your life. And so if you're open to receive, I feel like my guides, the universe, the energy of the Akashic records are sending this to you if you say yes to it. I am also getting that this energy is coming down through a white dragon. And to me, through my heart, out to you. Same as the energy of the Akashic records. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And if you decide to come back, I will try to make a much less chaotic video next time. Thank you. Bye.